Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are in this world. This is Hedgen Lee with a morning update for Bitcoin. So, overnight prices have furthered the decline incrementally. And I think what we can do here is we can say that wave one, wave two for the C wave, the blue wave two, are complete. And I think if we can move this, wave three could be said to be about here. Wave 4 could be a little more rise. Everything will probably move up, I think. Wave 5 could be here. That means this line might move up here, and the bottom parallel line might move somewhere here. So if that's the case, I think that'll be great. If that is the case, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Remember, in an ABC correction of any type, whether it's a zigzag or flat, C wave always has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subwaves. So let's redraw some lines. So instead of the wedge, this wedge being so large, wide, and big, which is fine, nothing wrong with it, I'm just going to realign the lines so that it becomes more like this. And if that's the case, we need this to be slightly incrementally lower low. Because C has to be lower than the A. And it could be ever so slightly lower too. But I'm going to make it probably over here, it'll be a spike. If this is the correct sequence of the corrective waves. And then this can be brought down here. Pretty much what changes? Nothing. Pretty much nothing changes. The only thing that changes is just reassigning, re-updating the wave counts. So we still have the wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 subwaves for wave 5 coming up. This should take us to 10.5 or so. Everything else remains the same in this projection using these patterns. Okay, now let's go to the other one. So here, it really just shows further development. We have A, B, C, and in an A, B, C, D, E, each wave has usually 3 subwaves of A, B, C. Now sometimes one of them may become more complex, such as WXYXZ or WXY type, but in this case, I don't think that's going to happen. At least I don't see that. So here I will say it's an ABC like this, maybe ABC of this type, where A is longer than the C, and for Bitcoin that is quite fine. So the subways for the red A are ABC. Subways for B, red B, will also be an ABC, and that goes like A, B, C. And this is probably a zigzag, the white ABC subways for red B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A has 5 waves, so a zigzag is 5, 3, 5. So 5, ABC 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you got 5, 3, and 5. So for C, we just need to move it down to here. Now C is very interesting because it pierced the lower trend line. And what do we call that? That is called a bullwhip. And that is a good thing. The reason why a temporary piercing, just like what you see here, is good and bullish is because it divests the weak hands. When they see that the support is breaking, they panic sell. And it's getting rid of all the weak hands, the would-be sellers. And once you can get them off the boat, price comes right back in. That's why it's bullish. You're getting rid of all the would-be sellers. That means you have less sellers, less would-be sellers, so that you price will be able to continue rising without much hindrance. If this is correct, price will start climbing towards wave D. Now it's important to understand that here you can get a breakout on the D as well. And that is quite possible. Recall just that because it's a triangle doesn't mean it has to have 5 waves of A, B, C, D, E. It can do A, B, C, D and break out in the D. But I have a feeling that if this is correct, this will finish the 5s. So the wave 4, it doesn't go to wave A was. It goes to the end of that. Even though it's higher than the A, you go to the terminal end of that ABCDE triangle structure. When the E is in the bottom trend line, the propensity of the price is to rise. Now, the way you count this triangle, a lot of novices get this wrong. What they would say is they would take this as an assumption and start counting A, B, C, D, E. No, you have to take the main trend line and first reversal is the A, B, C, D, and E. This is not the main trend line. It's going up. So the first down stab, usually the deepest, is A, B, C, D, E. So very little has changed. We just have to see which pathway Bitcoin will take, either this one or this one. But it almost looks the same to me because this is just a slightly downward pointing wedge, whereas this is more of a symmetrical triangle. So very little difference. The only thing about this is that it jives well with the prior fractals. And it really kind of, in a way, you can say both are entitled. Both are entitled. And when this 5 comes and completes and price moves back up, you can call that a big bullwhip. But let's keep it separate for now instead of combining it. It reduces the confusion. Keeping it separate allows you to see and visualize and conceptualize the pattern better too. All right, I hope you found this to be helpful. I hope this augments your due diligence. We still have a lot of exciting days ahead of us. This is nothing. This is just starting. Actually, we haven't even really started. So come mid-fall, late fall or so, we'll be at very different heights than we are right now. Have a great day.